Welcome to JazzTime. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'll be reviewing the Vacheron Constantin Historiques 222 in stainless steel with a blue dial, reference 4200H/222A-B934. I'll tell you a little bit about the history of this watch, then I'll tell you about where it stands in the lineup of other similar historics. Then I'll tell you about the case, bezel, dial, bracelet movement, finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start just with a little history. Now you might be surprised, but by looking at this watch, do you notice that it sort of looks like a Royal Oak or a Nautilus or an Overseas or even a Land Dweller? Why is that? Because it has that typical integrated bracelet look with really fat lugs. You kind of can't even call them lugs. And why is that? Well, they were all created more or less at the same time. The Vacheron came out with this 222 in 1977. That's 1 year after the Nautilus and 5 years after the Royal Oak. And right around the same time, IWC came up with the Ingenieur. And if you look at any of those watches I just mentioned, they all more or less have the same style. It's that Art Deco look from the 70s, thick bracelet, at least at the head of the watch, integrated, looks like it was all cohesively drawn or made. And they have that similar look, kind of odd shape, not exactly circular. And so they have that same shape. And the Vacheron, you would think actually that the Vacheron 222, they would have gone ahead and used that as their main sports watch, but they decided to only make the 222 from approximately 1977 to 1985. They stopped it altogether after that for whatever reason. There wasn't even that many of them. And then they decided to then in the mid-90s, so that's like 10 years later, to come out with the Overseas. So yeah, that's a little history. Why they didn't just continue that line, I'm not really sure. But in 2022, amid the watch craze, actually the watches were actually on their way down in 2022, but nevertheless they were coming up since 2020. Vacheron decided to release a revival, a redo of the 222, and the result is what you see in here. First, they came up with the gold version of it, and then the steel version of it not that long after, I think in 25 or so. So this watch hasn't been out for that long because we're shooting this in 2026. And it's a revitalized version of it. It has the same basic look and shape and everything, but of course everything's modernized because that was 50 years ago, and a lot of things have improved since then. Okay, so, and then it makes sense that they call it the Historic. Okay, so that's just a little background and where it stands in the lineup of other historics. They make there's other historics, but I'm not going to talk about them. I'm going to talk about this shape because we're doing a review on this. So they make this basically right now in just what you see here, steel with blue dial, and the gold version of it, and that's it. Just those two versions. I think it's a yellow gold with a kind of a cream looking dial. All right, they make other historics, as I said, but we're not going to focus on those because they look totally different. And historic, I'm assuming, refers to something that was a historic model before they're bringing it back, revitalizing it, making it up to new modern standards, but with the same shape and idea as before. Okay, which people like. It's like having a vintage watch, but without all the falling apart stuff that a vintage watch would have. Okay, so let's start talking about this watch, starting with the case. Now, interestingly, the watch case here is actually only 37 millimeters. Yeah, that is actually very small. And I'm going to guess that they're going to come out with one at like 41 millimeters because 37 is actually a men's medium or even a men's small. And why they decided to do it in 37, probably because the first one was 37. They wanted to stay true to that. And did I mention, by the way, why it's called a 222. Back in 1977, it was Vacheron's 222nd anniversary. Yeah, back in 1970. So now, that's 50 years later. It's like 270 years after. I mean, Vacheron's the oldest watch company in existence, being 270 years old. That is pretty darn old. I mean, if you think about, how long that is. I didn't even know they really even had watches back then. So, wow. Okay, talk about history, right? Okay, at any rate, that's what it was back then. So 37 millimeters, and they've kept it true to form. Now the case is going to be also quite thin. It has a thickness of just 8 millimeters. That is really, really thin. How they do that, we'll get to it in a little bit, but it is very thin. So, and a lot of watches were thin at the time, so it kind of makes sense. The Jumbo or Royal Oak was also very thin at the time, and so that was just part of it. And so yeah, this one is thin. Now it has that typical Art Deco 70s look where the top of the case is all satin finish, and again with a beveled edge. And even Rolex has joined the bandwagon and introduced their own integrated bracelet, which is the Rolex Oak, Land Dweller. And they really pretty much follow the same idea, rehash one of their 70s watches, which this was a style back then, and do it in a modern twist. So this is what you see here, a beveled edge that goes down the side of the bracelet, making the watch and the bracelet look integrated as if it were designed all at once, which I think looks fantastic. They made it super thin, and it has a very wide lug or wide base on the case, both at the 12 and the 6 o'clock. Okay, that's enough about the case. Let's look at the bezel. Bezel is also really interesting, and really I don't understand why they didn't just lean into this 222 instead of the overseas, because it actually looks like a watch that belongs from that era. But I guess it's pretty cool that they do have two versions of this integrated bracelet, this and the overseas. Maybe the overseas looks more modern, that's why. But anyways, the bezel here, it's also similar to the overseas in that it has a circular bezel, and then you lay on top of it this motif that is high polished. And I think that looks pretty cool. I don't know how this motif is tied into the brand, but it does look like a cool motif. Okay, let's look at the dial here. You only get one choice of dial, and it's this blue dial. And it has, what I like about it is it's simple, and it has nice luminescent on it. If you use a flashlight and kind of see what the numerals look like, it has a very nice luminescent to it. And it has the date, despite being just so thin, it even manages to have a date. So I think other companies really have no excuse, because how did Vacheron do an 8 millimeter thick watch, keep it automatic, and still have a date? And other companies are struggling to do it under 11 millimeters. I don't get it. But okay, so anyways, they managed to do it. I'm not surprised. They had 270 years of experience, so it's not all that surprising. Let's look at the bracelet here. Bracelet, it's an integrated bracelet. It looks very similar to those other brands I just talked about, in the sense that it have these center links. Of course, the center links are a little different, but it's quite a unique looking bracelet, I'm gonna say, and it has that integrated look because it has a beveled edge going down the side of it that really makes it look cohesive with the rest of the watch. All right. Now let's move on here to the next part, which is going to be the movement. Now, you would think at this kind of thickness, just 8 millimeter thick, that you would have to have a manual wind, but nope. You actually have a rotor. In fact, they even put 222 on it because it's a nod to the time when this was produced at 222 years anniversary of Vacheron in 1977, and they wanted to bring that back, calling it a 222. So pretty cool name, I think. That's not very many companies are going to be are going to have 222 years of history behind them. And so why not make a watch to commemorate that, right? Okay. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And why is it so thin? Well, what can I say? I mean, Vacheron's doing what Vacheron does, right? They actually kept the part number down. There's not that many parts. There's 194 parts, and considering that has time and date, it's actually on the low side. The reference is 2455-2, and it's probably the reason why this watch is so thin, because they kept the number of parts down. It does have a power reserve of 40 hours, which means it's just as it meets the minimum of power reserve. Doesn't have a lot, but it still meets the minimum. And like I said before, it has the date. I mean, it's quite astounding for them to have done what they've done. Okay, time to try this watch on my wrist and give you my thoughts. Now, I like the Historic quite a bit. I think it's going to pick up more steam in the future and be really a hot watch at some point. Right now, it is hot, don't get me wrong. The retail price is like 30 something thousand, and it's selling for nearly 50,000, mid to high 40s, 50, something like that. So it's selling above retail, but not as much as I would have thought. And I think the reason is because they only have two variations right now, steel and gold. And I like that they have kept the size down. 37 is going to fit a lot of people with smaller wrists, but I would like to see them make this watch in just a little bit bigger of size to fulfill those who don't exactly have a small wrist. And I think they're going to do that. I think over time we're going to see more of these and more variations of it, because right now they have two. But it does look really cool. It's just another integrated bracelet. I'd say the best integrated bracelets, or actually the only integrated bracelets on the market right now, are Royal Oak, the Nautilus, IWC Ingenieur, the Overseas Vacheron, this 222 Vacheron, and now the Rolex Land Dweller. So, and every one of those I just mentioned, the integrated bracelet is the one that everybody wants. And so this one's not going to be any different. I think Vacheron's a great company. So if you'd like to buy this watch at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.